I'm at the lemon tree. So we've got lots and lots and lots of leaves that have fallen, and I'm finally raking them up. Gonna put them in my wheelbarrow, and then I'm gonna show you across. We've got a flat section of the yard that I guess there used to be a pool here, and they just took out the pool, filled it with dirt, and so it's not really productive. It's kind of sandy, not really healthy. So what I'm gonna do is get all the leaves together and put the leaves down, mix them in a little bit, and then cover them with cardboard, just so over the winter it can, decompose and give some nutrients to the soil so that I can start planting there in the spring. So come along with me. I'm tell you honestly, this is the first time I've raked anything in my entire life. So this is all super, super new. So let me take you a little closer. I'm going to bring you closer and have some fun. And let's hope this goes well. No judgment, please. Again, I've not raked anything. So I've got two good sized piles of leaves here, and I'm gonna just get them in. I'll probably end up taking them by hand just because I don't really have a better way to do it. So yeah, I'm gonna get the leaves together, and then it's amazing how many leaves actually collected, because all I really saw was like what I thought was a little bit, but then there's a bunch behind the shed. So I brought all that over here, and some of that is already pretty wet because the sun doesn't really hit behind here in this corner. So those leaves are pretty wet, but we're gonna get them in. Let me see if maybe I can use the rake as well. That might work. Oh, that works. Awesome. So what I've learned is, or what I've realized is, this is all a really great learning experience. Because I've never done any of this, right? Total city girl. I'd say I'm a city girl with like the heart of a homesteader. And so, yeah, all of this is super new. And that's part of the fun. I just get to learn a lot of new skills. And glad you guys get to hang out with me as I learn. So this is batch number 2. I'm gonna have 3 wheelbarrows worth, and probably next weekend I'll go to the front of the house because there's a whole pile of leaves out front. I'll rake those up and bring them back here as well. So it's pretty late in the afternoon. It's going on 4 o'clock. So we don't get a lot of sun in this section of the yard in the late afternoon, but during the day, from I would say where that pile is here, this flat area is in sun. So I'm not even gonna bother putting leaves over there closer to the house because I won't be growing anything there. Let me just tell you, I am so proud of myself to be doing this on my own. I was like, oh, I'll have to hire somebody. I can't lift this wheelbarrow and get all these leaves. No, I can. I could totally do it. So, yay me. And I think this is part of like what I love about this homesteading attitude, mindset, whatever you want to call it. Because we can do it. It may take me longer than someone else, right? My muscles might hurt more than someone else, but we can all do it. So be encouraged. Wherever you are, whatever the size of your gardening space, like you can do it. Take it little by little. So I'm gonna go and get wheelbarrow number 3. And then I'm gonna spread this out a little bit and then cover. All right, y'all, so this is the last load. It's not a full barrel full, but that's okay. It's still a good amount. It's so funny when I look at the pile when it was under the tree, the pile looked so big. And now that it's a little bit spread out, it looks way less. But either way, still really good effort. Get everything out of here. There is a section by the fence line that has leaves, but they're mixed in with mulch. This is not something I want to use. They're mixed in with mulch, and the mulch is like colored, so I really don't want to use it. So what I'm going to do next weekend most likely is use the wheelbarrow, not the wheelbarrow, use the leaf blower and see if I can blow the leaves out of the mulch area, so that way I don't rake up the mulch because it's dyed and I don't want it to decompose here because they use chemicals to dye mulch, so I'd rather only have leaves. There's also going to be some decomposing lemons. That's why this pile smells so good. It's not a whole lot, but there were lemons that fell off of the tree. So they're in this pile as well. So yeah, I'm gonna get the rake, spread out the pile, and then go from there. Like I said, I got a bunch of different tools for like $5 each. I mean, obviously they're old, right? Pretty rusted, but this is to break up the ground. And what I wanted to do was break it up a bit and then spread the leaves. I should have done this first, but I forgot. So I'm gonna do it second. You know, just gotta be flexible. Now, as I mentioned, this was a pool area. It's been raining for days. This is our first actual sunny day. And so because it was raining, this ground is pretty soft. So I actually wanted to wait until it was pretty wet, just to be able to dig things up. And I'm finding things, a nail and a washer. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to test this soil because there's like a lot of construction material that I'm finding in here. But either way, we are going to, ooh, looks like a weed. That sucks. Let's pull out the roots and everything. We don't want weeds over here. No weeds allowed. But yeah, so I'm gonna break it up and then spread the leaves out. Had I thought I would have done this first, but oh well. Because I feel like this is gonna take a long time. And it is Sunday, so work tomorrow, and I've still got quite a few things to do tonight inside the house, so we'll see how far I get. Okay. Yep, another nail. Oh boy. And they're really long too. So 2 nails so far, and a washer. I wish I had some sort of electric machine, like one of those big tillers. But alas, I do not. Okay, so I'm realizing if I put it in on an angle, I could actually get more soil out. So that's a good realization. And there is some growth here, like once it started raining, it's not really algae, or it looks like moss, honestly, on top of the soil. But yeah, I'm gonna do this for a while and then I'll come back up over the leaves. But I broke up the soil. I'd say maybe it's 5 by 8. And so what I'm gonna do is just rake the leaves over it. I'm gonna go on this side first. You know what I've learned is you just gotta start. Because it feels like such a big project, I've been looking at the leaves for weeks. Like, oh, I gotta do it. It's gonna be so much. It'll take me a whole weekend. And I've been out here maybe for an hour, if that. And I'm almost done. So don't listen to that voice in your head that tells you it's gonna take forever. Just start it. Because I came out and I was like, well, at least I'll get started, right? I won't be able to finish it, but I could start. But no, I am actually going to finish it. So I moved the leaves from the middle section so that I could break it up as well. I don't know what this tool is called, but whatever it is, it's got these spikes on it. Whatever it is, it's great. So I'm going to go to the middle and break it up so that I could then get the leaves on this middle section. And then I'll move to the last section. It's a little bit challenging. I'm realizing this is kind of sandy clay. I know there's a way to test your soil, like you take a bunch of it and you put it in water and you kind of mix it up. And then it'll break up into the components. So like the clay will go on the bottom, and then I think the loamy soil goes in the middle, and the sand ends up on the top. So you could see what the components of your soil is. So I'm going to look that up, and I'll end up doing that because it's important to know what your soil is so that you could figure out what you need to do to amend it. I'm most likely going to start the garden on the slopey section. I'll pivot over and show you that after I do this, because I'm not quite sure of the vision for the flat spot yet. I feel like this area is way more clay than the others. So what I've been doing is stepping on this and then leaning back and picking up the soil. But in this section, it's way more clay. Is that a bug? Yes, it is. Good Lord, it's got wings. I don't know what that is. I'm just gonna leave it alone. But yeah, this section here is definitely clay, where this section, even though it's only a foot or two away, was way more sandy, which is interesting. Interesting to note, because the soil here is like sticking to the tool. And seriously, y'all, if any of you know what this thing is called, please tell me. I like to not call it the tool every 5 minutes and call it by its actual name. I mean, it's a soil, it breaks up the soil breaker upper. That's obviously not its name, but maybe I'll call it that. All right, the middle section is pretty broken up, so I'm going to rake the leaves into that section. And I'm going for 2 to 3 inches. It's probably way more than that. It's like 3 to 4, but it's going to go a little bit lower because I'm going to have to spread it out to the last section. All right, let's do the last part. And hopefully I won't be in too much pain tomorrow, because I am feeling it. Definitely feeling it. I should have raked it a little bit more, but that's all right. My feet work too. All right, the last little section. Let me move you guys back a little bit. You'll notice that little bit of lemon right there. Yeah, this is super clay. So hopefully the leaves will break down and give a bit more life to this section. It's kind of surreal that I have my own backyard. I'm not sharing with anybody, and I could do what I choose and plan out my space. It's pretty cool. All right. I've got a decomposing lemon stuck on here. Let's get it off. All right. I think this is going to be the last rake. All right. I tried to, hold on, I just saw something blue over there. That's not normal. Some sort of piece of blue plastic. I'll pick that up afterwards. So yeah, I tried to make it as rectangular as possible. Spread out the leaves as evenly as possible, but I think I have way more over here. So let me push that away. And yeah, I'm feeling good about this. So I've not figured out the sprinkler system yet, but this definitely needs water. So I want to wet it up and then cover it with cardboard. And what's interesting, I don't know if you all know why, the lemon tree has dropped way more leaves than the orange. The orange tree is right here, kind of off camera. But there's hardly any leaves on the floor of the orange tree. I'm not sure why. If any of you have an idea, I mean, do lemon trees in general drop more leaves, or is something maybe deficient with our lemon tree, do you think? Let me know, please, if you have any ideas. All right, so I'm gonna figure out how to water. I might just bring over a bucket and kind of do it the old school way. But I'm gonna water off the leaves and then cover with cardboard, and that'll be it. So thanks for hanging out with me all. I will see you later. All right, this is like a 3 gallon bucket maybe, and so I filled it up with water. It's going to take me a couple of trips to do this. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be done, right? Right. So trying to at least ensure that the areas get a good distribution of water. And this is really just to help the leaves decompose a little bit. It's not a perfect science. I've never done this before. I'm just doing my best. So I'm going to get another batch of water and then I'll cover it with. Now the best thing is that this water cost me nothing because I collected it from the tarp that covers our patio furniture set. So that's a plus. All right, I see the spot where I left off because there's water pooled over there. And that's the thing, this, because it's so clay-like, it doesn't really, it kind of pools, the water pools on top of it. And so that's what I'm hoping with getting all these leaves here, is that it'll break up and sort of allow the clay to take in the water. So I've got some cardboard boxes that I was using to sort of make a path on the other side, because it's all grass by the patio furniture, like by our entryway door. So this is really, really wet cardboard, like super wet. And let's see, I should be able to, it's so wet, like it's coming off in sheets. Like you could see all the different layers of cardboard. So what I'm trying to do is see if I can rip it open over here, and open it up to cover more area. So that's the goal. Again, not an exact science. I'm kind of making it up as I go, but it makes sense to me. Alright, if we do this, then there you go. It covers up twice the space, right? Win-win. Alright, and flip this over as well. It's kind of cool to see the different layers of the cardboard. It's not going to be the nicest view from our bedrooms because our bedrooms are right over here. But it'll work. I'll appreciate it come springtime when the soil is way healthier. And I'll also obviously fertilize in the spring. I plan to bring in some more soil, but I wanted to do what I could on my end to enrich the soil myself. So every little bit counts. All right, let's try to flip this open. My hands are pretty numb at this point because it's cold. Well, that didn't work. All right, perfect. And I will bring this section over a little bit. Sorry I have my back to you. And I've got one more box, and I will bring over a new box. This one is super, super soaked, so I don't even think I'll be able to open it. Super soaked. Oh my goodness. Home Depot boxes for the win, y'all. Use what you got. It does not need to be perfect. It just needs to get done. Yeah, this is taking on so much water. Even just stepping on it, you can see all the water coming out. All right, I'm gonna bring this over that way. And again, the point is to cover the leaves so that they don't go flying when it's windy. Let me take this last batch of box. Like literal, it's in pieces. But it'll still work. Soaking wet pieces at that. gonna need one more box. But I feel really good. I feel accomplished. Like I've taken care of a project that's been taking up mental space for quite some time. All right, I'm going to get one more box and I'll be back. All right, y'all, so I got one more box. It's a pretty big one. And I cut off the flaps and used them on the corner pieces. You could see sort of a line of lighter color cardboard because this cardboard was not as soaked as the original sections. And I'm just going to finish up this last section here. The great thing about moving is that we had all these cardboard boxes. I gave a lot away for free because I actually was able to move without purchasing any boxes on my own. I just went on Craigslist and Nextdoor and OfferUp, and I searched for packing supplies. And so when we got here, I posted just about a lot of our boxes, not all of them, but a lot of our boxes, because I wanted to pass on the blessing. It's a huge blessing to be able to move without having to buy boxes, and they're so expensive. So I shared my boxes with a lot of folks. So here's the finished section. So I raked up the leaves by the lemon tree. I broke up the soil, spread the leaves out about 2 to 3 inches deep, and then spread out the cardboard, and I'm just gonna leave it. And we're in our rainy season right now. I'm in Northern California. We've gotten a lot of rain so far this year. It'll get rained on, it'll decompose, and hopefully come spring, it'll be a bit more nutrient rich, and I'll add some more soil to it and be able to plant. So I will keep y'all posted. I really appreciate you hanging out with me because honestly, it motivates me to get the job done because I'm like, maybe I can help at least one person and show them that you can do it. Even if you're doing it on your own, you could totally do it. It is possible. So yeah, that's it for now. I will see you all next time.